Alright, we're starting from 395. The turn on I think it's Cinder Road. That going down to Fossil Falls. And I've got my computer, whatever. You can see it. I got everything zeroed out. So you'll be able to tell how many miles back in and everything. So let's get going. Wow, it's pretty windy out today. Do have a little bit of, I don't know if that's actually dirt coming onto the road from the flooding from the hurricane, but it's not too bad. I think they came through and pushed everything back. Oh, if you had a chance to read that sign, I didn't. It is about half a mile before this turns into dirt. And the wind's coming out a weird angle. So I hope you guys can hear me over it. This phone usually does pretty good. This guy's going too fast. When you come to the T, you can go to Little Lake Overlook or Fossil Falls. Fossil Falls is where the campground is, so that's where we're going. And it is, well, this is a half a mile. I think it was a quarter mile where it turned into dirt. I was looking at this time. And it gets a little soft. Oh, there's somebody behind me. Intersection, you could go straight. I'm not sure if this is a one-way loop. It gets pretty bad coming down through here in spots. And the weird thing about this is you gotta come through so far to get where you pay to camp. I'm not sure why. There's more flooding. Coming up to another sign. Just day use to the right, camping to the left. We're going to go through the campsites first. Huh, that truck did a pretty good job keeping up. Anyways, yeah, that was 1.1 miles where it tells you to turn into the campground. And right here's where you stop to pay. And it's $6 a night, which is really cheap. I mean, they don't have garbage. I think they do have water. They have vault toilets. And we'll go up and go to the right and check out. I think there's 2 campgrounds up here. There's one, and it's nice and big. But if you're camping in a tent, I'm not sure how all these rocks are gonna do on the bottom of your tent. Well, it's all volcanic rock here, and some of it's really sharp. Here's another campsite. It's a lot smaller, but although I guess if you count all the stuff that's right by the road, that's not actually on the road, it's pretty big. I've got to tighten my stupid seat up. Oh, I can't tighten my seat up because my lock's in the way. Screw it. And this road just kind of dead ends. I don't think this is a campsite. Oh, down there's the day use part, where I believe there's 2 vault toilets, a couple of picnic tables, a parking lot, and you can walk. There's a trail out there that goes out to the big chasm or whatever you want to call it that the water cut through. And there's petroglyphs, that's it. Jeez. And if you're brave and have a ride to the hospital, you can climb down into the chasm, or you can just climb on these rocks. But you might want to ride to the hospital too, because like I said, they're sharp. If you fall, you're gonna bleed. Here, I'm not really positive. I mean, this isn't a campsite. Because if you go, take the first turn, it goes down to another campsite, or 2. And over here's a campsite. Over here's a campsite, and this is weird. You don't usually see this much stuff growing up here. But like I said, there was flooding from the hurricane. So everything got good in water. And all the campsites so far have been off to the right, if you're thinking about coming in here and looking around. And they seem to go off of the, I don't want to call it a main road, but they seem to come off of here and go a little ways, so they're kind of private. They have the bathroom. We're going to go down Loop B, which is also to the right. Loop B is no RV trailer access. So if you turn right here, you better have a tent. Although this may be the only handicap site here, which I would think most people would want an RV. But there's only this pad, and that walkway goes over to the vault toilet. And this little area to park. So I'm not really sure. I mean, it's got the picnic table with the wheelchair access there at the end. So I'm not really sure what they think somebody's going to be camping in. I'm sure there's people that are handicapped worse than me that can rough camp more than me, but I'm thinking most people that are in a wheelchair are probably going to want an RV. But then there's no way they're going to get a wheelchair to the vault toilet. So they better have a bathroom in their RV. Off to the right again. So, tent site. another little tent site. Then the road starts getting narrow and rocky. It ends at another tent site, which I don't know if you can tell how big and sharp these rocks are, but I would not be putting my tent down on here. Especially if I didn't have a cot. You're gonna rip holes in the bottom of your tent and your whatever, and your sleeping bag. Oh, actually, I am 1.7 miles in now. I know this video is going to get a little long, but if somebody's thinking about coming up here to camp, I want to show the whole route through. If somebody wants to bring their e-bikes up here, make sure you have flat protection. We're still on the B loop for tent camping, in case anybody got lost with me driving back in there and around. And the sites are starting to get a little smaller. Not really sure. Oh, there's a big site. I wasn't even paying much attention to the left because everything seems to be on the right. This is a nice big site with some flat ground to put your tent. I mean, see all this red stuff. I mean, it's still, I mean, it's not as sharp as the black stuff, but it's not smooth. I think it's all the little holes in it. Give it all the edges around all the holes are sharp. But since they're small, it won't cut as deep. Alright, now I don't know where I am. Oh, I'm almost back to the... You go up to that stop sign, and you take a right, and that goes right back up to the highway. So it just kind of looped you right back around. So we got to go back here and get back to the sign that says A and B, which I'm 2 miles now. So coming in and going all the way around to the tent loop, there's 2 miles. Then it's about half a mile back to the highway. May have been short for me to turn around and go back through. It's just like being up back home. I forgot to unlock my forks. Turn left, going back to the campground. Now I'll go around the loop A, I think it is. And here's where you pay. You'll follow around to the left. It's get back to the sign that tells you which way to go, depending on if you're an RV or a tent. Oh, yeah. Remember when we've already seen this far? Here's the Loop B is where we just went around for the camping sites. Loop A is, I don't know if that's RVs and tents, but it's the way you want to go if you got an RV for sure. And you got a vault toilet. And I pulled my camper up through these hills and stuff. You kind of got to watch these rocks. If you got a low one, which I do. Actually, I'm right there. I'm in site number 4. See, and like it's a ways between the sites. I don't know which way to go. There's number 5. It's a nice big site. I mean, you can pull your RV all the way around the picnic table, and that leads to another site, which I'll see better after I go around this way, so we can see that site. Because there's like a little loop here. Here's one, well, 2, less pull-through friendly. Nice and big. I mean, if you wanted to back your RV right in here, or you wanted to back it in right here, if you had a shorter one. And I probably should have looked to see what sites these were. Site 6 and 7, if you can't read that. And this is the site you could see from the other side. I said there was a little loop. And it's got a nice pull through. It's where you can't see it because it's where I am. You pull in here and you pull back out there. Oh, we're back to the road again. I have gone 2.8 miles, if anybody's keeping track. If I turn left, it goes back through the campsite. If I turn right, you can kind of make out the stop sign up there, and that is back to the highway. I'll go back up to the sign that says turn this way for this and turn this way for that, if it's not too far down this road anyway. Just so if you know you're coming down the highway, alright, this is the road right off of the highway. It says Fossil Falls to the right, Overlook to the left. This time, instead of going to Fossil Falls to see the campsite, we're going to go and see what Overlook is. And actually, I may make this a different video, but oh yeah, if you're coming up here in a car, don't bother until it dries up some. I mean, you could fit here. I mean, especially if you had a truck, just put 2 wheels in the bushes and go. water was all the way up into these bushes. I'm not sure how far I want to even go up this way. But I am glad I get these big fenders. Seems like there's water every place except for where there should be water. I don't know. Man, that wind. More water. More water. More water. It's very slippery though. Went to kick off with my sneaker. Here's where you come to do donuts, I guess. And I think I'm going to call it before I get lost out there. I mean, I've got GPS, but I don't know where I'm going or where I started on the freaking map. Well, I guess I could make it back to the highway. So I will call this video here because I don't know where I'm going and it's getting really long anyway.